Dude, theaters must be weird because I went to that same theater, the AMC 13.
I like the 13.
I hate the 13. I went there with my girlfriend to go see a movie one night, and we walked in.
Oh, you have a girlfriend? What's her full name and address?
AMC 13 at whatever road it's on. And the dude was just sitting at the the door, kind of like this, like looking. He was like, "All the screens are broken." I was right when I walked in, and I was like, "What?" I was like, "Yeah."
The ice cream machine's off.
No, literally, we were like, "What?" And he was like, "Yeah, all of them are broken. You can go to the manager to get a refund on the tickets." And I was like, "Oh, what?
That's
what the fuck? Are you talking? All the screens are broken? Like every screen in the theater is broken?" Because it's like I walked in and he said like he didn't know what movie I was going to see. You know, he was like,
he knew your ass wasn't seeing any movie.
Yeah, he was like, for sure, whatever movie you're gonna go see, the screen's broken.
It's broken, dude.
And so you need to go get. And then I was like, what? And then as like two other people walked into, and he was like said the same thing to them, and they were like, what? We just like walked
have
out.
A sign. Don't make the board guys sit there and just tell him.
Or he like wasn't quite either like offering a refund either at the door. He was like,
you have to go talk to the manager.
Like, you need to, because there's a bar in that one too. So he was basically like, hey, go talk to the bartender. They can give you your money back.
That's cool. That's really.
But I'm an A-lister, so I didn't have to worry about that ish, man. Anyway, that's my AMC 13 rant. Let's talk about Project Hail Mary because that movie rocked. We don't need to keep
everybody. Welcome to the show.
Yeah, welcome to the
show.
Lobby.
Good short intro.
Yeah, real punchy.
Real good one there.
Whoa, I'm so good looking.
I understand you think I'm the right person for this mission.
Good looking biologist. What is that?
But I'm not.
I'm a little thing. Just seems maybe scary.
If we do nothing, everything on this planet will be extinct, including us.
He's the only one that knows anything.
Dr. Grace.
Scientist.
No, don't shoot me. Oh my god, I'm not armed. This alien doesn't want to kill. I don't understand.
It is time go.
I think you mean go time, buddy. Fuck! At ease, soldier. Rocket! Grab my hands. Project Hail Mary.
Let's all go to the lobby. Let's all go to the lobby. Let's all go to the lobby to get ourselves a treat.
Yeah, so the song played, you know, and now we're in. Let's all go to the lobby. We're all at the lobby. Austin sang the song for us. I promise. That's a promise to the viewers.
Singing it. I would sing it. That's fine.
Oh, that'd be cute.
I have no problem
We
with
did
that.
that. Let's just say we did that.
We did that, and that's why it is cute.
That's why it's off
That's how we
key.
know.
So that might be my favorite movie I've seen in like 10 years. I really like this movie.
Yeah. It's a good movie, isn't it?
I went with my girlfriend. She had her own thoughts. She thought the beginning was really boring. And I guess
kind of understandable.
Did
y'all go in? What did y'all go in knowing? I went in literally knowing nothing, just knowing that Ryan Gosling was in space, basically, and that's it.
Yes.
And it's about saving Earth.
I didn't even know that part.
I didn't know that part.
Oh.
I knew it was based off of a book, and I knew Ryan Gosling was in it, and I heard someone say, I'm surprised how good he was, and then I just stopped reading, and I was like, I'll just wait until I see it. This is the first movie I've gone into, like, totally unknown for a long time.
Yeah.
I think because some of it is, like, annoying to explain. It's not like, because it's like a movie that's easy to spoil isn't necessarily bad. You know what I mean? But it's like, what did they do in the new Marvel movie? Oh, they fought Thanos. Okay,
Yeah.
I can kind of like get it.
And also the movies you would use to describe this other or like bad movies. You'd be like, you know, or like not like great movies. Like you'd be like, oh, Armageddon. It's like an Armageddon type of movie where like the world's gonna end and they need to go on a mission to save it. Basically, is what you would call it.
I think I would consider this a lot closer to an Interstellar. Like of just like math dudes figuring out a math.
Yeah,
that was my favorite. That's my favorite aspects of the whole film is the math,
the Mars
and science.
one or something. Like it feels very reminiscent of that. Matt
It felt
Damon.
The Martian.
I mean, a lot of the
Yes,
film
it felt
too,
close to the Martian.
Felt like Arrival to me. Also, the Villeneuve film.
I'll
with
say this
Amy
too.
Adams and Renner.
I don't
No?
want
Oh
that.
man, but it's like two linguistic scientists are decoding the alien language, you know? And so there's a lot of that kind of going on in this film that I like too. That was a cool aspect that I didn't expect at all. Like, I guess I knew we were going to see something else, but I didn't expect us to get a cool little alien friend on the movie.
I liked him immensely.
Super fun.
The moment I got bored with Ryan Gosling alone is literally when he was like, "What is that?" And it was like,
what is
"What's
that?
that thing?" And then it turns out that the alien is like not what you would think, because you think of
I
like
like it.
Yeah, I liked it a lot.
Because so many aliens are humanoid, but this one is a silica-based life form that is crab-like, which is like something that we talk about like in far science is like being, you know, the options and stuff. I just think it's brave.
It's brave.
I know none of y'all are scientists, and maybe we can do some research. But was Arid, is that like a real planet also that we know of that's comprised of like that metal? Like, I'm just curious.
By
If that's
the
like
way,
Probably
full spoilers in this, right? We're going full
Oh
spoilers.
yeah, 100%. By the way,
Yeah.
we're at the lobby after we've all seen the movie, so hopefully y'all are here too.
Admittedly, this is already, even just mentioning that Rocky exists is a bigger spoiler than I
Is a
spoil.
spoil? Yeah, because
It's crazy.
that's. I'll say this: the people that see this movie respect it. I haven't seen many spoilers at all, and I haven't seen much of the media around it, like the interview circuit and stuff that does spoil. Really,
It almost makes you more interested.
The
too,
trailers
because
are good
people
about it,
like,
too.
Oh, go see it because of just go see it kind of
I'm
thing.
like-
And it's like there's very few films that people advocate for in that way.
I'd also like to shout out
Yeah.
the whoever did the trailers, whatever trailer house ended up doing that. Unless it was internal, then good job for just like not including the alien. From anything I've seen, from any of the promotional stuff, totally like I understand if you're like we have to sell tickets. Make encountering Rocky
Put Grogu
needs
in
to
it,
be on
right?
it.
It's
Yeah.
like the
Put
Grogu,
Grogu in
of
it,
the
bro.
movie.
You gotta put Grogu in it.
Yeah, I like that they had the mystique for so long, and now they're kind of okay talking about it. 'Cause I saw an interview with Ryan Gosling where I was like, "That's a pretty good point." He was like talking about the movie. He'd be like saying, "It'd be like if we were promoting E.T. as a movie about like a kid whose parents got divorced." Yeah, it's like what it's about, you know.
it kinda
And
is
it's
like that, and
The
that's
movie's
all
kind
right.
of the movie's about fucking E.T. The movie's like
Yeah.
about Rocky, honestly. Like when you get to the point, you're like, dude, I want Rocky to fucking win so bad.
But also the trick is that at the beginning of the movie, it does make it feel like, okay, Ryan Gosling is just on a solo adventure.
It feels like, again, good-looking scientist guy goes and saves the world, and that's all that we
And-
have to worry about.
In a way, he does like, and this is like dissecting it too further than we need to, or way, but in a way, he like does the whole hero's journey like in reverse in the
Yeah.
film.
I don't know, because it is very obviously the hero's journey in so
Yes.
much that when we see the very final scene, it is the world. His life has completely changed, but nothing has changed. He comes back home, and it's just so.
But even at the end of the or like the beginning of the film, like because it sometimes does this time jump thing where it goes back and forth between being on the ship and then being on Earth, and we're
Yes.
trying to figure out what's going on, and it's not until the very sort of end of the film when you realize that like, oh, this is the rejection of the call. Is at the very end of the film actually where he's
Yeah.
like, no, I'm not this dude. I'm not going. I can't do this.
I can't
don't
go.
wanna
I
do
don't
this."
want to die. Yeah.
You know, and then we find out that it's just a cool way they did that to me. I was like, oh, that's interesting. Like you see he's like not this noble dude that's brave, and like and it hits even harder as you watch it. I was like, that's why I was ready to watch it a second time, fucking AMC 13, because I was like, you know, that scene when he's basically talking to Rocky and he's like, yeah, you know, that's what I'm here to do. You know, I'm gonna die or whatever. And Rocky's like, well, I can give you the fuel. And he's like, oh my god, like fuck, I didn't mean any of that shit.
But also, like, the other side of that is, I think at the point where he's talking to Rocky, too, he doesn't remember that.
Right, that's also part two. He doesn't
Yeah.
remember that he's been drugged, basically.
I think it's cool narratively to be that our main character who is learning, we're getting his memories back at the same time. And
I was gonna say, is that
Yeah.
implied that
I
we are
think so.
like when we see the scene, is he recovering that memory?
That's how I
because
felt.
there's an implication that he gets nothing.
Yes, that was my implication too. Show is that he did get nothing of that.
Is that
I
dramatic
don't know how
irony
you know,
better
and I
for
wonder
us?
how the book does it too. I do wonder how
I don't
the
know.
book plays with the whole thing, because Sandra Huller's character was also pretty interesting. She was the blonde woman, who was like in charge of the whole project and did
Yeah.
all
I
the
thought
stuff.
she was awesome.
She's
She was
a
great.
sick
She killed
actress,
it.
dude. She's so
great.
good. Yeah.
I don't know who she is. I'm gonna more
Zone of
things.
Interest,
I wanna see
baby.
her in more things. Is she in Zone of Interest? Is she
She's sick of that
she
too.
a bad guy?
Yeah, she's a bad guy. She's a bad guy. She's literally the queen of Auschwitz in that movie.
Oh my god, that makes sense for
Yeah.
her. That tracks.
No, but their whole dynamic is interesting too. And so like, but you understand why I did the Armageddon reference is because it is like, hey, why is it not easier to teach an astronaut biochemistry than it is to teach a biochemist teacher astronaut?
I've seen
You know what I mean?
this take, and the best argument I have for it is that they did do it, and they're dead. They're all dead.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because they're all there. So
Yeah.
they were in the. I read another thing too because I did a bunch of reading after it because I was like, this movie fucks. I gotta see what else is out there basically. And in the book,
I might
they
go
basically
read the
have
book.
a part where they say, I might too, where they basically say like, hey, like the next most qualified guy is a dude with a like doctorate in sciences or whatever, and he's like a janitor in some city over here. Like he's the next, but if you didn't say we couldn't get you, we're gonna pull him.
And it's
They're
also
basically like what the state they were at, because of all the people they had tried.
they also made it really seem like the time crunch was just like
I didn't understand the time crunch.
the time
that was
crunch
my
of
only
it.
issue.
The time crunch
The
was that they
back
had to hit
end
orbit.
doesn't help
Is that at some point that was the best time they had to hit the launch, which like real life,
right. The launch window is like totally a thing.
They kind of hand
makes
wave it
sense.
a bit on what it is, but that's like totally
launch
legit.
window is
of
fine.
When if we send somebody to the moon, which is like a thing we're about to do again, apparently.
Yeah.
We're looking at sending something
And
to
we
orbit.
already pushed it a month anyway,
Right,
as a result of a previous launch window being missed.
But then the difference is that
Because
if we
AMC
missed-
13 runs the
'cause
fucking
AMC
launch window
yeah.
operation.
But what they
for
said was
NASA.
essentially, if we miss this launch window, it could put us behind like a year, and then we're
yeah,
fucked.
pretty much. And it's another,
And we could lose more
that's-
people.
And
Yeah.
I love how they don't do it, and you can kind of guess by the passage of time based off his beginning when he has a beard and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think? How long was that? Like 5 years, 10 years
From when he woke up?
for the whole trip? Like from when because they said they have about 25 years till people start to die, or like 30 to 25 years, right before 25% of the world dies. Essentially,
The trip back was, I think it was 4 years. And so I'd have to
So the
assume
trip
because it
forward
was a
would be 4
one-way
years?
trip, it was 4 years.
they do make it seem like, hey, by the way, he's not like it's not just 4 years, but he didn't leave right at the end of the movie. It kind of implied that he's in no rush to go, and he's going to teach some kids there. He might stay there for a fucking few years. He might never go back. Right? Is that kind of
Which I think is fine.
Right, they
an
leave that a
application.
little bit open.
Yeah, I like the idea of that. Is that like, why would he go to Earth realistically, other than like from a human side of like, I'd like to be
Sure.
with my own race, but at some point it's like, these are people he likes being around, like aliens,
Right.
but he likes being around them, and they've shown the capacity to be like, hey, we don't know what this is. Is it a beach? We'll make that. Fuck it.
There's an old movie, not old, but like a Gary Sinise, I think is in it. It's called Mission to Mars, and it has kind of a similar plot line where they go to Mars, they're kind of out of their element, and then at the very end, like fucking aliens show up, and Gary Sinise is like, I'm going with them. Like I'm gonna go.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
why wouldn't we? Like that is the next
That's the goal.
step.
This was
Right,
always
like,
the
that's-
goal.
a little
Yeah.
Right.
like Slaughterhouse 5?
I think
Even,
it's
you know?
I think his growth as a character, as Grace, is just, I think that's why it works. And that's why I think it really works to have his like final memory come at the end of like, I didn't want to do this. Like I got
Right.
basically turned into the hero. And so then it's like, if that's his final memory he gains, and then he thinks about it and he's like, I will go save Rocky. I don't care about making it.
And
to
he's
Earth.
already dead too. Like technically into the world that he left,
Exactly.
he's already legally
Yeah.
dead. Or so like he's so divorced from the
Right.
thing that like he it's
But they
I don't
do.
know.
It is a successful mission, right? That isn't the implication too, because at the end when she's
think he
watching
did
the
it.
footage of the probe, she has to have the astrophage or the
He did it.
Or the
the
tau,
I don't-
tau
tau
amoeba.
I
amoeba,
don't
the
know
tau
if
amoeba
it's-
that eats the astrophage.
I don't know if it's
Right.
100% said, like, yeah, they ended up doing anything with it. But, like, yeah, I think he won. He did what he set out to do. I'd say he's the hero.
In the same way, like in Interstellar, you don't get like a the world is saved kind of feeling. It's just like this.
That's
is
the
what's
best
gonna-
chance.
This is
He-
right.
yeah.
This is where we're at.
He gave him the chance.
Yeah.
So
I just really enjoyed it. I just love the opening
liked
too. I know Molly said it was boring or whatever, but I liked how they showed like his is the only thing I don't think they explored enough, and we kind of got it through osmosis or whatever. But like, why was he like blacklisted from the science community or whatever? Like, why was he like?
It was just a one-off line, literally like you talked down to your department head. And I mean, we would all know what that could possibly do to someone.
I think it was less supposed to just be that he talked down, but it was like, hey, I have a crackpot theory and you're all wrong. It's like a true, I deny what we accept as reality moment. And then and again, this is something they said once. This is more like a speculation.
Right.
And I bet the book talks about it more, to be honest.
I bet you there's a whole flashback dedicated to that.
I bet there's a moment with that. But because in the movie that would be flashback and a flashback, it's just like, whatever. They can just say it aloud and we can move. And I'm cool. They don't need to explain it that much more than that, to me personally.
My favorite part of the film is the whole scene while they were, obviously it's like, honestly the first like 40 minutes of Rocky meeting Grace. It's like so cool and sick, and watching them interact, and then like the way they even frame it and stuff, they start changing the framing of it, where it's like Ryan Gosling's like spaceman walking down, and he looks like he's like fucking in charge and shit, and he's like doing stuff, and he's like testing and stuff, and then as it starts to get framed, he starts to get framed off more and more, and it's like, oh shit, I don't know shit, and then at some point you realize he's like, oh, you were pointing at this thing, and I've been tapping. I'm an idiot, basically. Fuck, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Like, you're way smarter than I think. And then from that point, he was like, I'm going to treat you like you're smarter than me.
Yeah, we're equals, if not
like,
you're smarter.
I thought like, the whole time, he was like, I was like being slow with you for like 6 minutes, but you were being slow with me because I couldn't understand literally anything. You know what I mean?
There was a scene where he's like, why does he throw it slower? Why did he throw it
thinks I'm
slower
stupid.
this time?
Yeah.
And it's so it's like literally, I don't know. Yeah.
And it's like, I just loved it. Like the humanity of it.
I like how every single time, and it also felt like every single time they interacted, it felt like not just were they getting more comfortable with each other, but like as what I would assume to be both of them a top level in their field in some degree, they kept advancing. It was like, okay, well, we have this tube. And the first time he gets the tube, he's like, oh shit, I fucked up. And then he does it. And the next time he does it correctly. And then there's another time later where he sends the tube in, and instead of him having to do a spacewalk to go get it, he just directly throws it into the airlock. He's just like, yeah, this is where it's supposed to go. I don't know. I just think all the like everything they did that was so extra just like made sense. And that's what I want for a space movie. It needs to make sense within its own world. It doesn't have to be scientific. I don't fucking know what I'm looking at.
No, for sure not. And it totally made sense because to me it was like when you said they're like both top minds in their field, I was like, that's so true. But like Rocky, you're kind of like making me realize this. Like Rocky's not like a scientist. He's an engineer. And that's why he builds all that and can do all that. But like the second he gets the stuff back, maybe a scientist of his planet would have tested and been like, oh, this shit's going to eat our shit, you know what I mean? He wouldn't have known to really do all that stuff. He said all the scientists died, you know? He was just taking it back.
Even said too, within what I always appreciate in a movie is I don't like, maybe I just like humanity, whatever, right? I don't like in a movie where they say this alien race is so beyond us. It's like they're both like having to learn from each other, and it's that immediate of just like, wait, you guys don't even know what radiation is? How did you get this far? Meanwhile, to Rocky, it's like, you guys, your ship gets hit by... You guys
can't 3D print buildings at will.
Your ship gets hit by one thing and you die?
And he was still, constantly, Rocky was entranced by the splendor of humanity in his like little video room where he was just showing him stuff of Earth. And he was like, whoa, what the fuck? Like, that's so cool. That's crazy. Because that's what you would be too if you're on an alien ship and the alien was showing you stuff of his planet. You're like, what the fuck? Well, like, what the fuck?
Rocky made that for him at the end, right? He made him that same.
Pretty much, he made him that same.
So like, he literalized what he thought he understood.
Is that a thing missing from a lot of like space movies? Or like space travel movies? Is enjoying the splendor?
Yeah,
bro, I hate fucking going to the like biggest properties. You know what I mean? But like in
I know that the stakes of this were like the end of the world, but like it didn't feel like the whole time you're like the stakes are the end of the world, you know?
Because the stakes to him are I either do it or I don't. I'm dead either way.
It's true.
You know, the stakes for us is the main character that we've grown to really like needs to survive a little longer to hang out with Rocky, and then you know what I mean? Like because I don't.
No, it's a sick premise. It's a sick idea. It's a sick way to move that forward.
I have two things I want to talk about. So
Yeah.
one is the dogification of all partners and why
Yeah.
those are successful. And then two, the
Interesting.
idea of evolution being the solution. I think the evolution being solution is much more interesting. So let's start on the dogification. Every partner has to be dumb. Is
Yeah.
that kind of what we've learned? Like the
Or-
Grogu effect, kind of.
Not necessarily dumb, or
Same thing with like Rob,
Really
right?
smart
From
too,
Rob
though.
3000. Like the thing that makes us appreciate non-human entities, like ET, everything, is that they are doggish. They are
Right.
like, whoop, whoop, whoop.
and then there's the other version of character we like, which is like, and why I think what a lot of us really like Project Hail Mary is we really like watching smart characters do smart things, and we're like, shit,
And then
that's
it makes
like
sense.
smart.
Yeah. Oh, that's
That
cool.
makes sense.
Yeah.
I can get that. I would relate to that, you know? So the fact that Rocky was a little bit of both really worked well
There
in
was
his favor.
there was a distinct moment where my dog is named Remy. There was the distinct moment where he's on the ship for the first time running around, and
Yeah.
he walks in the room and he goes, "Is this room for trash?" And it's like my girlfriend was like, "Remy, if she could talk," and I was like, "Huh, yeah, that was
Yeah.
weird and dog-like."
You know, but that's like what when you think about it, like a dog is like the perfect sidekick character
all
in your
times.
life. It's just like
Yeah.
a dude that's always down for whatever the fuck
hanging
and
out
is
and
like
excited.
on your side and is like kind of funny and fun. And that's like what you want your perfect sidekick to be in a movie.
I'll
you
go to
know?
the flip side too, though, is that if you're existent, if again 20 minutes ago you didn't know aliens existed, and then
Right.
turns out A, they do, B, they're chill, and like want to show you at their house, and then they're like, "Yo, your home is cool. Wait, what's this? What's this?" Like I would also, as a person, bump into everything, and be like, "Is this trash? What is this?"
Yeah, it's like definitely talked about in the movie because it's like what the whole movie is about. But I do feel like there was like some weird instant respect too between that both the humans and the aliens when they instantly were like, oh, we're both probably here for the same thing. Like you probably figured, you know what I mean? Like you're
It's
here for
literally
the
like
towel.
instant. It
Meva, right?
starts
You're
with
here for the
puppetry.
fucking thing. We're here for the exact same planet because it doesn't have that shit. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? There's no way it's a coincidence. And so
Yeah,
they
pretty
instantly were like working together. You know, I just
Yeah.
felt like that was cool.
It was because it was the moment where, because at first you're like, oh, I don't even know if these are the same. Like, I don't know what these are. Maybe this is just like a
Right.
satellite thing. And then there's the moment where it clicks for Grace, where he's like, damn, you're far away from home too. Okay.
Yeah, he's like, interesting.
Okay. Yeah. And
Like,
that was the like, oh, we are doing the same thing.
we are doing the same thing.
I mean, it's very much on purpose, but do we think that it is meant to kind of help us as people kind of reach higher for humanity's relationships? Because there's a scene where it's like, if you don't go, we're gonna fall into war, all these things, 50% of the population is gonna die. That's humans. But then we go into space and we meet non-human entities, and because the agendas are
Align.
slightly higher or aligned, yeah, then like suddenly there's, you know, like is there something there that's meant to say like, you know, beyond human, there's
We
this
can
kind
work
of relationship
together.
beyond
Yeah.
humanity or
Well,
something?
it was like the sort of same thing that happens in zombie movies when like two groups of humans that are like stand off with each other, like, I don't know. And then they like, what's that? And they turn around, there's a huge fucking horde of zombies. And they're like, all right, well, we're
gotta
fucking
work
teammates
together
now.
now.
Let's
Enemy of
fucking
my
work
enemy.
together now. You know what I mean? It felt
Yeah.
very much so like definitely probably the government would have tried to fucking kill him, and you know what I mean? In some other
what I
circumstance for
appreciate
sure.
is that them coming together led to the action piece. Like the one real action piece of the movie of him like doing the spacewalk. They both got really fucked up
Spacewalk
from
was
it, too.
sick.
Spacewalk is awesome, but their unification was just built on like talking and understanding for an hour instead of like, oh my god, we're gonna get hit by a rock. They didn't have to like tackle an immediate thing. Like we're best friends now. It was just
Yeah.
like fuck, man, you're smart and I'm smart. We gotta work this out. I don't know. I just, bro, I want to gush about this movie nonstop. I really did like it. A lot.
So from a filmmaking perspective too, dude, the movie's made so well, shot so well.
There's
that
so
spacewalk
many
scene is so cool.
movies-
The 0Gs, I didn't even know how they did it all.
There's so many movies. It must just be wires, right? I feel like I bet
Yeah,
that's
it's
similar.
obviously very impressive wire work.
Yeah, I think I don't know though. There's been a lot of movies lately. Now that I've made enough stuff Like I feel confident. I'll look at a scene and now I internalize to some degree. This is how I would make it if we made it, even on a low budget or whatever it might be. I'd be like, okay, I think we could do it.
What's
this
the
way.
lowest version? How can we do this? Yeah.
There is some stuff in this movie I just can't really fathom. I think some of it is because space is just like an unattainable concept.
Yeah.
Because we have to ground what we make in physics as opposed to what this movie is, which is the upper limit of our concepts.
It's space fantasy.
Yeah, and it's like, I don't know, like in what world can we do the spacewalk scene? You know what I mean? Like as like low budget filmmakers. I appreciate
Do it really late at night, pointing at the sky.
Against the aurora borealis.
We have
Really, like,
we have to
crank
hit our launch target or we'll miss it for 3 months. We gotta get the shot
9
today.
months for this.
Yeah, we gotta get the shot right fucking now. Holy shit.
So I want to go to the second thing,
Yeah.
which is the idea that like evolution is the solution. I kind of thought that was a little like, oh, okay. Like it's Deus Ex Machina, but biologics, right? Biologic ex machina or something.
Sure.
But it's essentially like, oh yeah, of course nature has provided or something has evolved to counter the thing that is affecting us. You know, like, I don't know, it felt very convenient to me. Like, it's like, oh, of course.
Yeah.
It's
It
kinda
also
like what
felt
like.
kind of fast.
Yeah.
But it's I'll be the defender of the movie then. I'd say it's convenient in the way that it even exists, I suppose, but I wouldn't say that, hey, we have to like invent a new way to space travel to make it to this on time. We have to we have to do a lot of shit, get it right, do it in a very specific time window. And we got to hope that someone figures this out, like can make it to this planet at all. Like the convenience of it, I think, is overshadowed by how literally the whole movie is working to fucking scoop up a bacteria. And then they figure out, because at some point, something, right, like it's the Hitchcock thing of like, why don't your characters call the police? That would be fucking boring. At some point, there has to be a solution given. And I don't think it's that outlandish that like, yeah, somewhere in the vast galaxy universe that our movie takes place
has
in,
evolved.
something can stop this. We just need to get, and I don't think it necessarily had to be bacteria. I think it's very functionally an answer. I think it works as like, yeah, we can replicate
I
this.
liked the answer, yeah, for sure. It just kind of felt like
kind of like,
I don't know,
this,
like, evolution's the solution. It's
Yeah.
like, all right, whatever.
Yeah, I know what you're saying. That size, but we also don't even like know if it worked
We don't.
either. You know, like
Because like, what did they do?
and I appreciate
With
that.
info.
Well, especially by the time all that happens, because I think that's the worst part of the film. I think the film
Yeah,
Really?
is like
Okay.
15, I think 15 minutes too long. I think the film is 15 minutes too long. I think you could have cut some stuff. It would have been a little tighter. But I think when they go back to that woman and she's watching the video logs and they even cut to us watching the same video log we just watched again, I don't really get the point of it. Like, yes, it does kind of like at that point, I didn't care if the probe ever got back to Earth. I only cared about what Grace was
I don't
doing.
really
and
care
what
if the
was
lady
happening
is
with Rocky.
good.
that's
yeah,
true.
yeah.
You want to know how good of a movie this is? We haven't even brought up. It's all. I also don't. I think it's cool as shit. It was a good scene. Fucking Sandra Huller sings fucking Harry Styles in the movie for like fucking 2 minutes, and it's
In the
fine.
most
And you're
German
like,
way
this is good.
possible.
In the most German cool. You're like,
And
this
then
is
at the end she
awesome,
goes,
actually.
Just
I'm
staring
finished.
at people.
I am finished. I'm all done.
Yeah, dude. It's yeah. She's like, that's enough of the song.
Yeah.
We're moving on.
So this movie comes in at 2.5 hours. Is it
Yeah.
worth the time?
It's about a half. It might be a 20-minute too long. It might be 20 minutes too long.
This
I
is.
agree with
I don't
that.
necessarily
This
know
is
where I'd
worth your
take it out.
time.
I think this is worth your time. And truly, because the 20 minutes too long is at the end, once you're bored, get up. Just go home.
That's
You're
true.
fine.
You'll know.
That's true.
You'll know
Yeah.
when it's time.
You'll know when it's
And also,
time.
look, yeah.
Honestly, they could have ended it when they touched hands through the glass. They could have ended the movie right there, and I would have been just fine.
I would've
I would have
been-
been bawling. I would have been
Sure.
like, "That's beautiful. That's amazing.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
done."
No, I agree. We had a whole extra hour and a half after that. We got blessed, dude. Such
That's
a good
true,
movie. Here's my best movie I've seen this year. Ryan Gosling, I think, is because I hope if the hype can stay around. This is around the same time Sinners came out last year, so it's possible for the hype to stay around long enough for him to get nominated or whatever.
But what else is going to come out?
I really want Phil Lord and Chris Miller to get nominated for this, for like best direction or something, dude. They fucking
it is. It
It's
is
so
the
good.
best acting I've seen of Gosling. I am not a Gosling like sycophant.
I think he's
by any
typically
means.
kind of one note. I think he did a lot of work here. I think he was a busy guy in this one.
Before this, I think people said Barbie was the best thing he had done, which I don't even agree with. But if you watch Barbie, it's specifically one note.
Yeah.
Sure.
I think it's very functional to what he is as an actor. And this was like, no, I'm a real actor. Sorry, guys. And it's like, fuck, he's hot and good at this. This sucks.
That's what I hate.
He's a bad guy.
So
He was
talented.
sick. Sign me up for any Phil Lord, Chris Miller movie.
What else have they
now,
made?
you know what I mean?
Shout him out.
Spider-Verse.
what else have they
Spider-Verse.
made?
Spider-Verse.
Oh, animated.
Lego
did.
movie. Yeah, all basically.
You know
animated
what?
movies.
That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, the tropish. I don't want to say tropishness, but the way that they do their characterization makes a lot more sense that they're like in the anime.
the
Probably why they were able to
animation
handle Rocky so well.
I was about to say,
too, you know?
because Rocky, if I hadn't thought about it in that way, Rocky from an animator, kind of from like someone who was mainly worked in animation, not me, the director, that makes way more sense. Like watching him,
Right.
the way he moves, the way he flows, it's like,
Right, the way he emotes and everything.
but yeah, because it's like the idea of, okay, if you're using an animated character, especially if they worked on Spider-Verse, it's like we have to find a way to make this spider mask show happiness, hate, like anger, disgust, all this shit. And it's like, yeah, but we can't, like, it doesn't have eyes. So you just have,
and it is that detail-oriented design that is all the things that y'all are talking about that you appreciate.
yeah, yeah. And then this is all to say, too, like, Spider-Verse is one of my favorite things. Spider-Verse is cool. Rewatching it, not great on a second rewatch. Maybe I'm a lunatic for saying that, but I think it's, like, kind of roller coastery. This, I would be pretty shocked if this isn't the best movie they've made.
I wish
Did they
I
make the
could
second one,
have fucking
too?
told you guys. Yes, yeah.
They made the second Spider-Verse? Okay.
Yep.
All right, never mind. They're
Yeah,
suck.
they're
They're
dope.
frauds.
They're
So
dope.
I guess
They're
to
dope.
close out this discussion, we always do a rating.
Yes.
5 stars.
We just
you can
walked
do
out the
half
theater.
ratings.
Let's rate this movie,
Yeah.
guys.
On a scale of best movie ever to worst movie ever, I'm putting it best movie ever.
So 5 stars?
5 popcorn
Well, I only
bags.
have one popcorn bucket, but it's a big one, and I got a refill, and I've been eating it for 3 days. So whatever that rating is, yes, that one.
That's like a 4 stars to me.
Oh, then 5. It would be like if
5
I
stars.
went back. It'd
Give
be
us
like
5
if I
stars.
went back to the theater right now and refilled it again.
5 stars. 5 stars from Austin.
Yeah, 5 stars from Austin.
Show. Perfect movie for Austin.
Kinda, yeah.
Agree? Yeah,
This is
all
like
right,
everything.
Honestly,
This is everything
I
I
really
wanted. or
had
something.
very few complaints. Is 4.5 stars.
Beautiful.
There's no such thing as a 5-star movie.
I don't. I'm
there's
usually
no such
that
thing
way.
as a 5-star movie, except for there is in Project Hail Mary's one for sure.
Project Hail
5
Mary.
stars. Dude,
Project Hail Mary
it's-
might be the closest thing I've seen to what I would consider a perfect movie.
Project Hail Mary, I feel the same way about it as I did about like Sinners or about One Battle After Another, where I told them I was like, no matter who, I knew for a fact if I told you to go watch that movie, you will not be disappointed, dude. Those movies are so good. Project Hail Mary's up there. It's cinema. You go watch it, eat some popcorn, watch the fucking big screen. Go see it in IMAX, actually, if you can.
I mean, do you think it really captured the Spielbergian feel of like?
I think so,
right,
dude.
like
it
that
felt
kind of that
Spielbergian to
majesty,
me.
that
it
wonder,
felt,
that kind
it
of like.
felt that's the splendor
I
of
felt
humanity. That's what I was
enchanted.
kind of getting at. You know, it
I
was
felt
enchanted.
enchanted and
I was
hopeful,
I was
actually.
enchanted.
That's what I want a
was
movie to
enjoying
do for me.
moms.
I think
So
it-
speaking of
it was built for me.
Spider-Verse, we're gonna
Oh.
segue real
That was a good one.
into our second film of
Yeah,
the evening.
let's
So
go.
we're always gonna do 2 every episode. This one we're talking about GOAT, the Steph Curry film.
Who wasn't
Yes.
the worst actor in this movie?
Who I didn't know wasn't okay. Hold on, let's just start.
I want to start with that because I think this is funny.
The hometown hero and 5-time All-Star, Shaq Fillmore. When I get big, I'm gonna play ethical basketball just like her. And I never lost the dream to play professional roarball, where the toughest players in the league compete to shoot the most free throws. Oh my God! Get that fucking weak shit out of here! And the player who flops the best is awarded the boast. Don't worry, baby, I'll never die. Oh, fuck. Oh, my God, my ACL. He tore that dude's ACL.
Fuck, my calcium.
Welcome to the league, kid. We need you to tear someone else's ACL.
Damn, man, my freaking mom died.
Will playing good bring her back? I think so, kid. Goat.
So, Goat is an animated film about Will, a goat who is
Will
a
Arnett?
basketball player.
Who's a
No, his
medium.
name is Will.
Oh.
I think what's his name? Will something.
That's
Will,
what
they
I
say
wanted
the
to
end,
get at.
too.
I knew you wouldn't remember
Will
either.
Ferrell?
No,
It's
that's
some-
a
I don't
guy.
care. And then anyway, he's a goat,
Harris.
like an actual goat,
Harris.
and he lives in Vine. Land,
Vinetown.
Vinetown,
Vinewood.
which is a Zootopia style town. It's basically like imagine Zootopia the movie. Let's expand that out, and now it's probably like
As a
Zootopia the
DLC.
country,
Right.
and there's like tons of cities, major cities, based off different things, and
Imagine
they all have
what
like
Zootopia would be if you could have like Nashville.
yes. It's so very localized, specific type of vibe, and
Yeah.
all the cities had basketball teams, and all the towns loved basketball, and like
Yeah.
it's basically like the NBA.
Rollerball.
Yeah, they call it roar ball,
I'll even-
and it's
I'll even
essentially
say to
the
this
same thing as basketball.
I don't get the like weird feeling of that you do in some sports movies where like everybody's obsessed with this. We're being told the perspective of the movie is this kid that likes basketball. So to him, everyone he's ever met likes basketball because all he knows is basketball. It's the 5-year-old who likes dinosaurs. Everyone to that 5-year-old likes dinosaurs because dinosaurs are awesome, right? I don't know. I'm sure there's
and he
people
lives
have
in
normal jobs.
basically what
know?
is supposed to be the analogous to like Brooklyn, and he hoops
Yeah.
at the park, which is supposed to be analogous to like Rutgers Park, where
Mm-hmm.
everyone balls in New York, in the summer. So it's like there's tons of this movie. What it does do good is it's got tons of actual basketballisms and like
I was gonna ask, 'cause
And
y'all are the
concepts.
basketball people.
Yeah.
And so,
And, like,
is
fandom
the
in a cool way.
It's like the discussion throughout the film, like they're
The-
talking about, like, oh, these are big players, and then
the
small
actual
player, like, is that-
basketball discussion sucks because they're
Right.
like, oh, he's shooting and they're what the fuck and this guy can do. I don't care. But the way that they talked about the accolades of certain players and what that would mean and like who was
like
hot
you
and
haven't
who's
won a
not.
champion, you haven't won
Yeah.
a claw, so
Yeah.
you're not the best of all
The discussions
time.
around it were like pretty on brand. Like I
Pretty on band to what people talk about. The
To,
goat,
like-
the people. So for those who
And they
really
weren't
don't know,
even, like,
goats means the
exaggerated
greatest of
either.
all time
yeah.
in sports terms. And so
In all terms, I don't. That's not even.
there's a
Yeah, this is like universal.
there's a player on the Vineland team who's like a 15-year veteran who's like supposed to be one of the best
And a
players. And a woman. That's also another thing cool.
It's kinda
they don't
fun,
really.
right?
The
And they never
it's
even
like
bring
a
it
co.
up,
It's like
and
a
I
co-ed
appreciate
lead. Never
that.
bring it up.
Yeah.
Yeah. Players are all sorts of different animals and different genders. Very cool. They had like a I don't know who the owner was supposed to be, but it reminds me of like the Clippers girl owner back in the day. But they had like an owner who was funny and cool and like interesting.
Funny's
And
a
kind
stretch.
of reminded me of like the old school type of owners.
Let's also hold on. Like time. This was a kids movie, right? Right.
This
right?
is a kids movie.
Okay. Now let's continue. Right.
Now let's continue.
we are talking as if it's like Moneyball or
Yeah.
something.
No,
I
I mean,
will treat
look,
it as such. If
That's
I
how
can
I'm
buy
treating
the
it, because-
ticket, I'm 25. I'm going to treat it like
So
how I
after
watch
some of the
Project Hail
table
Mary.
setting that's like all over the place, basically Will fucking plays at the Rutgers Park analogous, does good against an NBA player or the Roarbar player,
Super
doesn't beat him,
ham-fisted
but like
plot line
scores
just to get to the next
yeah,
part.
and then the owner comes down and is like, "Oh, I want you to play for our team because they suck." By the way, the Vine team is not
They're
good. They've
they're
been
the
on, like,
worst ever. They're just.
It's basically it's
They're
literally
not that
like
bad though, right? They're like a 50-50 team. That's like the problem is that they're not good enough to get to the
Yeah,
to
I think
get
that
to the ship, but they're
and
like,
that's
on the
also
edge.
part of the thing that they
we
slowly
just
talk
like
about that
I
too.
don't know.
Because the main character, not the main character, the best player, Jet Fillmore, who's supposed to be the like their best player, who's an MVP and like all-star and stuff like that.
I assume based
has
off
a
of
conversation
Jeff-
with the owner
Jeff
where
Teague.
she's like, "Hey, you just haven't even put good talent on the team. Like I have no one to win with," which is a total legitimate conversation in
Yeah.
basketball.
That would probably-
gets
Like a
players
LeBron.
moving.
That
and
although
stuff.
we are not
Metaphor,
privy to in
essentially.
real life, like players wouldn't say that aloud. Like I'm sure they go to the owner and be like, "Hey, I'm
Oh, for a fact.
yeah. Hey, can we fucking trade this guy.
Do you think
like
this is the
sucks.
most inside basketball film to exist because it can be played in such a way that it cannot take itself so seriously, so it can like actually approach topics that you couldn't normally talk about?
I could see that, and also the fact that Steph. Before I saw it, I was like, "Oh, he's just a dude that's like his name's a producer on it." I didn't realize he was a voice in it. And after you see it, you realize he might have had some say in like what happened, like some
like
information.
probably.
Like by the way,
Yeah,
is how we.
And
would
he may
talk
have had a
and
say in
whatever.
some of the writing. And we can. Do we talk about it yet? Can we talk
Yeah,
about
let's
the
get
story?
to it. Let's get to the.
We've been taught. I think we always try to start with a positive thing on what we
Yes.
do, and I think the most positive part of this movie is the world building in general. I think it's actually like
the world is cool.
fascinating, and it has stuff that I wish was real.
I'd
in
rather
basketball.
see a documentary on Rollerball.
Yeah, for real. I want to know how it started. Who's the Bill Russell of Rollerball?
Yeah,
please?
who's the Bill Russell of Rollerball?
Can I know that?
Literally.
Yeah,
Literally,
I want to
wanna
fucking know. Like bad. But the story for this movie in general, it just felt like it never started. Like I don't. What did I text you? It was like I think my first reaction after it was like, what just happened? Like the movie
it
kept happening.
starts so fast, and you're like, "What?" And you're like, "Oh, this hasn't started yet." After 10 minutes of watching it starting, you're like, "Nothing's happening really." But they're just like we're playing basketball, and I'm poor, and I'm good at basketball, and I'm really good at shooting, and I'm poor, and I'm getting kicked out. And they did the I'm gonna get kicked out like 4 times in 10 minutes, which
And
was
then it
insane.
actually-
There's a whole like
happened.
gig work bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, he's just a door dasher.
Also, he's just a door dasher, and then
who kind of works at a diner.
yeah, that part sucks too. His like mom was a waitress at the diner, but then all
But then
we
she
see,
got sick.
then she got
She
sick,
got sick.
and the city
I
looked
guess
after
that's
him.
what happens to animals.
But
They don't
but the
get,
city
like-
looking after him is like
But that's what happens to animals. An animal doesn't like. Yeah, they have diverticulitis. They're gonna. It's just like I don't know. The goat's sick.
Yeah. So they have restaurants, they have cars, they have
No
rollerball,
doctors.
but they don't have medical
No,
science.
no doctors at all. They just do rollerball. They expect real hard into rollerball. And then his mom got sick, and then they're like, "Fuck, dude, that's it."
dude. The
There was no medical
I-
staff on any of the teams.
I literally.
And they really should, given the courts. I'm sorry,
Yeah.
kid.
I just don't understand a bunch of what happens in the movie, and honestly, on the mom part, there's there's just
But you
it's
knew
so
it
weird.
had to be in there.
Of course it had to, but this doesn't make sense. There's they're like we have to put this in there, but we don't want to talk about it. But we absolutely
Where
have
it's
to.
gonna
do
come
it.
up, but it'll show up in the
boring.
third half, 2 hours in.
So there's a part towards the end where Will brings Jet to the diner. And then it's supposed to be like a hometown diner, and they walk in and it's got like Jet's high school jersey and stuff like that. And there's a picture of Will and his mom on the wall. It's like a total normal picture of his mom, and then Jet's like, "Oh, is that you?" And he's like freaks out. He's like, "Oh, that's nothing. Don't think about that." And they'll go back to it. It's like, "Are you like ashamed of your mom?"
Yeah.
Like, why couldn't you have told? I don't
Or, like,
understand.
did you
Why
forget
couldn't
that
have you
was
just?
there?
Yeah. Why
Yeah.
couldn't have you have told that part of the story? I don't
Yeah.
understand.
Is it
She's
because
never
the
been to this
story
diner.
wasn't
She
ready
doesn't
yet?
care about this.
No one else has experienced death except
Yeah.
for me.
Also,
I
he's
have
like-
to hide it from everyone.
He's like her biggest fan, and she's like, "Hey, is that you and the person you care for most of life?" No.
No. Also, I
he
want to
would-
say
he
it
would
too because
fucking
we've been talking
explode.
about this specific aspect because it's so fucking weird. When it happened, I literally was like, "What? That's so weird."
What are you just gonna
In
say?
the movie,
Okay.
he's like poor, and he's like they're trying to show that he lives in squalor or whatever, and so they have like bugs.
He like
crawling
moved into
around
his buddy's
room.
place. Like
Yeah,
he's
he like
sleeping
moves
there
into
for
his
the
buddy's
night.
place, and it's like all poor and shit, and there's like a cockroach, and he like kills it at night or whatever, and it was when he did it in my head, I was like, "Isn't this like a Zootopia?"
Well, it's
scene? Like,
also it's weirder than
aren't
that too
bugs-
because it's not like the bug crawled on him and he was like, "Ew, gross."
Yeah.
The bug crawls up the chair and goes, "Hello,"
yeah,
in an English.
and English. And,
And
then
then he
gets
goes,
killed.
"Yuck,
And then like
ew."
5 minutes later, he's out of the park or whatever. And he's like, "Yeah, and I had to kill a bug last night." And everyone's like,
What?
"What?" You did what?
And then a
You committed
second later,
murder?
a
Yeah, pretty much.
No, he doesn't fucking kill the bug. The bug just goes away. Stop it. He's just racist. It's so bad.
No, he's
And then-
racist. He's
and then
racist.
a reporter's like,
he's racist.
isn't that weird to say about the bug community? He goes, and then they never bring it up again.
Because it is implied that there are some classes of the civilians there. They do break it up into bigs, mediums, and smalls. And it's only in a basketball context at first, but you have to think they apply that to everything.
They must.
There's no way.
Because that has
It's
to
just
apply to
basketball.
housing.
He gets
Yes.
to exist
It's
because he's a
simply
medium versus as a small, he can be killed at will.
And there's other times too where people will be like, "You small," and he's like, "I'm a medium." So
I'm
is
a
he?
medium.
So is he odd about smalls? Would the same thing happen if a small?
Yes, he
Right,
is
right,
weird
right.
about because he obviously hates the smalls. He fucking killed it,
Yeah.
or whatever. And then,
I've been called small my whole life.
Yeah,
but
it's
the
like,
whole thing of the real core of the kids part of the movie, I guess you could be like, it doesn't. It's not about like your size. It's about your heart or whatever.
It's about your heart.
You know?
No,
But
it's
it
about your
clearly
skill.
is
It's
still about your
literally
size.
raw talent. It has nothing to
that's-
do with what you think or
You're
believe.
all right. It is the Steph Curry story essentially, because it's like, hey, kid, you're too small. And he's like,
Right.
I'm just gonna be too good.
I'm gonna be too good.
fucking-
But also to be clear, Steph Curry is 6'2". He's not like
Right,
Not
but
5'7". I
he's
think
like
is what they
he's
say
like
the
kind of short for the NBA, like by an inch. You know what I
Okay,
mean?
while we're on that, let's do it. Best performance of the film. Steph
Oh,
Curry.
Jet. Oh God, no! It is Jet.
Jet was great.
It's Jet.
I don't know.
Relax.
Jet was
really
great.
good.
Steph might be too, though. I think he found
No.
a career.
Yeah.
I did not know that's who Steph Curry was. I did not know who Steph Curry was throughout the. I was
Right.
watching the film. I was like, I have no idea who
I
Steph Curry was.
I heard it at some point randomly. I went, no, and then I,
didn't
was like,
think it didn't cross my mind until you said it.
I don't know. I thought, yeah, I actually think Steph did a really good job. And maybe I'm just saying that because I was like shocked, but it wasn't. He wasn't some like freak character that was like, yeah, I'm basketball god. He was like
I
a
don't know,
legit.
but see,
You
they
know what I
were
mean?
all freaks in the way that they were losers.
No, but they were
That's
losers.
the
But they
problem.
were losers. But I'm
But
saying
that's-
they don't walk up to him and be like he wasn't the character Steph Curry in the basketball movie Steph Curry.
No.
He was
He was
like,
actually the opposite. He was
Yeah.
actually the opposite. He was like a tall dude that had
Super
been
tall.
tossed
He was
around a bunch of
Wembanyama.
teams.
he was Wash Wimby.
Yeah, he was like he was a tall whatever. This is a different podcast.
Wash
already.
Wimby. Yeah.
Don't even get me started.
We talking about Jaden Ivey yet?
But in general though,
Moto is Jaden Ivey. True.
like Austin was saying, it just sort of starts, and then what we just said, everything that we've talked about that seems like it's so crazy and goes all over the place is the whole plot of the film. There is nothing.
It just keeps
else.
happening, and there's
Like,
never
it just
like
keeps happening. Like there's no other aspects that we're about to. Oh, they sell the team.
you know what I think it is.
They start doing good. They
Is
sell
that
the
like
team.
a common? Is that so? Like in that
That's why I thought it
storyline,
was like that's why I
is
thought it
that
was like
super basketball. Is that normal?
ABA era,
It
like
felt
old
very
70s,
ABA.
70s era sports team stuff.
Which
Where
is
it's like,
that-
let's flip the team.
Yeah, there
Sell
was
the
like
team.
no
Yeah,
rules.
what's the implication? They're selling the name, like just like
Yeah, that they're
selling the whole franchise.
moving.
Yeah, they're
The
selling
team, the
whole
whole
franchise.
franchise is moving to a new city.
Yeah, the city
But
just
none of the team.
sucks.
None of the team. It was just
But
the
the players suck so bad.
However,
that the
that
people
would
that bought
be-
them don't want it.
That would be odd, and that's not how that works.
It would be odd. And that's how that works.
Okay.
That's
I mean,
outrageous.
they took that to extreme, but it probably would be essentially like, hey, you aren't our guys, so we can
Yeah.
just ship you out. We don't give a fuck about you
They
guys.
would probably move on from like one or two, but in real life, they were like, "Yeah, we're just not hiring Bam Adebayo ever again." It's like that's fake. That's stupid.
And they were like,
I don't know.
and then Jet, you're gonna have to go into retirement. It's like, no, I bet you have any team would
Yeah,
sign Jet.
I actually can
Like, right?
guarantee
Like
the
any team would
Montana
sign Jet.
Magmas are picking up Jet tomorrow. Like they're just.
I do actually. We should. We can close on this if y'all are okay with
Yeah,
this.
I'm so
What did
okay.
you think about the idea of? What did you think about the idea of like passing the torch? So like they do the
Yeah.
whole passing the torch thing.
Yep.
And it seems as if the most honorable way to pass the torch in sports is through injury, right? Rather than to be beaten.
It is. It actually is.
Yeah, I'd
and what
agree
you're
with that.
what you're hinting is true. It is like most very crazy famously. That's how like the greatest NFL player of all time, Tom Brady. He was a backup, and the really good dude in front of him got hurt, and it was like sad as shit.
Hey,
But it was
it's your
like we
turn.
never looked
Yeah.
back.
Yeah,
you know,
and that was it.
And it's and there are some times though where the opposite happens, where we have the young guy coming in and the old guy's like, I'm not letting go. And it's like,
And
you
it fucks
lose your
everything up.
You just lose
Yeah.
to him. And it's like, yeah, you're just getting benched now. And it's
Yeah.
like, fuck, that sucks.
And it's sad.
I could have gone out more honorably. But you are right, Joe. It is an interesting thing to talk about.
That's why
there
it's. I don't know.
that
That's
is an
why.
interesting aspect.
That's why it's cool that the movie actually. I like that Jet is the one that went through a hero's journey, but Jet was also definitely not the main character, and it's weird that Will learned nothing, gained nothing, changed nothing in his life.
It seemed like it didn't matter to him.
No
'cause
consequences.
It didn't like when.
That's-
when Jet was okay. Hold on, my favorite fucking part of the movie. Now that
Okay, go ahead.
I have it.
Yeah, you found
at the
it.
very
Let's go.
basically at the very end. They're like, it's like the semifinals. They get to the championship or whatever.
By the
They're,
way,
like, down.
by the
They're-
way, the
they're-
playoffs happened.
Yeah, they just sort of happened really fast.
It was crazy.
And
And
you're-
suddenly semifinals.
They're like they go from the worst team in the league to like in the finals.
They win
somehow.
8 straight in about 30 seconds.
And then they're in, so they're playing the team in the semifinals, and they're like losing, and they're like down, and it's like not happening. And then Jet basically in the fourth quarter is like, give me the fucking rock. I'm gonna fucking score every fucking
I'm the
play.
dog.
And then she like Kobe Bryant, like Kevin Durant, like LeBron, like Michael Jordan, like a fucking dog,
Bam
like the coolest
Adebayo.
dudes on earth. And then she literally does that and wins the game in the coolest fucking way, and all the teammates are like, "You didn't
That
pass
sucks.
me.
Well,
You didn't pass me the ball.
You didn't
I didn't-
respect me.
I didn't even want to win if it was going to be like you scoring." It's like,
we
what
win and-
fucking world would that exist? What are you talking? You're a role player, and that's a fucking 2-time MVP, 15-time All-Star. What are you fucking talking
on
about?
their like final career run. This is like a last gasp.
what's fucking crack are you guys smoking where this shouldn't happen?
Also,
this is like a
not to
storybook
mention,
ending.
Too, not just to mention too, they're more selfish for being like, we didn't even we
Yeah.
didn't win as a team. You didn't involve me in the win.
I didn't get passed. It's like because you fucking
you
missed
guys
it
were
all the
losing,
times
you
the first three
idiots.
quarters.
Yeah, you fucking shitheads. Maybe
So for the people that don't know basketball, it's very common that teams are built around a few
One
people.
person, like one
Right.
person.
yeah, I would say that's the norm. I would say
That is a truism of basketball, is that you can win a championship with just one dude.
that is
It's
like
happened. It's been proven in every decade.
it's happened recently as well. Like, yeah.
So yeah, it's not uncommon. And so the fact that it was weird. They did make it some weird team, like it's always a tie at the Y situation. At
'Cause,
the
like,
end, where
wouldn't
they
it
were
be
like,
cool-
We cared about the team. Like we cared about winning.
Wouldn't it be cool if
Until
that's the moment
until we're
where
here.
Will is like, yeah, I am the best and I got it. And that's like Jet's like last dance is
I'm the
like, nah,
GOAT.
kid, you gotta step back. You need to wake the fuck up. Sometimes you need to know that you are not here yet. I'll teach you shit and I'll respect you, but you need to chill the fuck out. Like, why? That is the same movie, but better. Is Jet has a moment of faltering, and then later, or like Will has a moment of falter, and then Jet finds him in the fucking Y, and it's like, hey man, like we still need you. It's not I
Yeah.
don't hate you.
That's
don't
the
know.
weirdest shit. Could you imagine if LeBron James scored like 40 points in the fourth quarter and then had to go to his teammates and be like, "Hey man, hey man, I really need you in the NBA
Guys.
Finals. I really need you in Game 7
We
of the
really-
NBA
yeah,
Finals."
We really gotta
And
win.
then his sixth man was like, I fucking hate LeBron.
And then LeBron's like, "Oh, you're right."
I
Oh,
do.
that-
I did like when they will start getting playing time. They were like, because Jet got hurt, and they was like, "Oh, Will, you can start playing now." But before then, it was like, "What did y'all do? Y'all had 5 players only, so if someone got hurt, what happened?"
That's it.
Like, what was y'all's?
Did just
what was
no
the-
one get hurt in this incredibly violent
Right.
version of basketball with lava?
This movie's crazy.
movie's
It
insane.
sucks. Does anyone have any last thoughts on Go?
The
I
only
think I've said everything I need to.
The thing I want to discuss is that this gets basketball correct in the way that
Yes.
real basketball
That
stadiums,
real basketball down it. Yeah.
real basketball stadiums should be different. Each court should have its own quirks. I think it would be way more fun that way.
You know what it reminded me of? It reminded me of like the Mario world, like Mario baseball or Mario soccer. You know, when
Yeah.
they have their own
Yeah,
stadiums that are so
dude.
specific.
Mario Sluggers.
That's what it felt like. That's
There's
Mario
a-
Slugger. It felt like that to me. I was like, dude, like the
There's
Magma
a
people had
video
their
of
cool
us
little
playing
things that
this
come up. The Vine people
exists.
had their little stuff.
Yeah, dude. The
It'd
Magma
be a
one was
cool
crazy.
game.
And then there
Floorball
was
would be a
dude,
good game.
And I thought my favorite one where it like clicked how much I actually liked it, and was my favorite part of the movie, which made me realize I really didn't fucking like this movie, was when the elephant just like absolute monster slam, throws it down, sick dunk, right before Jet has the game of her career, and then cracks the ice, opens up the water, and like, dude, you're like, oh fuck, that's in a domain? He hit his special move? I don't know. It's
He
crazy.
basically ulted. Yeah, he
He
ulted.
fucking ulted, dude. Anyways, 3 out of 10. What the fuck did I just watch?
Yeah, this movie Are we sticking? Oh, we'll move the 10 stars.
You know
for
what?
this one.
Okay, here. Yeah.
To
No,
be more.
this one's out of 10 because I started it. I'm not gonna say a 3. I'll say there's like some stuff that I thought was genuinely nice. I thought this is one of the best. This will probably be the best animated movie, at least from the West, that comes out this year. It looks so good. And that's going to get lost because it's a dumb kids movie connected to Steph Curry. But, dude, it was a really good-looking movie with weird Mercedes adverts.
I'm giving Goat 2.5 bouncy basketballs out of 10.
Good. That's good. And then you try to do a cross-up and you drop it.
Yeah, then I drop it.
But yeah.
They also had airless basketballs, if you noticed that.
They did because they'd be
fun.
too big. They'd pop.
Because
They're
they
too big.
pop on the lava.
Yeah, they pop on the lava. That makes sense to me.
4 out of 10. It was fun. About 20 minutes too long, just like
Maybe an
Hail
hour
Mary.
too long. Just like
Every movie to you sucks and is like 20 minutes too long. I think you would like TV shows.
I think you like TV. It could have been more like The Blacklist. So I'm gonna
Yeah, it
say.
could have been more like The Blacklist or Bones, and show would have liked it. Next
Well,
week we'll fucking
everything should
review
be more like
Bones.
That's not
okay,
every
yeah.
episode.
What are we watching next?
Oh, dude. Okay, I have a good idea. You know how I've seen the Super Mario Brothers movie a bunch, the
50
animated one with
times.
Chris Pratt? I love it. So we're gonna just review
love
that movie next week. What do y'all think?
Oh, I think that's a good idea. And then we could review both of them.
No,
Double
I'm
feature.
fucking with you guys. We're not doing that. We're gonna do the Super Mario Galaxy movie.
What?
That's coming out next week.
And then also related, like Zone of Interest.
Yeah, and related Zone of
That's
Interest.
the palate cleanser.
Yeah,
Well,
that's
and
the
the
palate
connection's the
cleanser. That sounds
Sandra Huller
insane.
connection. Every week we'll do a Sandra Huller film. That's our rule.
We may never run out. We may never run
We'll
out
find
of
out.
films.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see what the second one is. It could be. So the rule is it could be something that's out, or it could be like an older film too.
Yeah.
We're always
We
trying to do
could
something
watch
that's
the
new.
original Mario Bros. Movie.
God
That'd
no,
be
something
fun.
that's new and hot, and then something that's less.
Pass over it.
Completely pass
Did not
over.
even
Yeah.
acknowledge it.
Okay,
Let's
I'm
just
down.
move on.
Yeah, no, I'm down for that. We can watch. Have you guys seen? It's one of the promo things. Jack Black can't talk about. We can also we could cut. We could bye. But also include this because it's funny. Jack Black can't promo a movie normally. Like he was talking about I saw the first cut of the movie, and he doesn't say it's great. You need to go watch it. He goes, this movie is huge. He's so fucking weird about it.
Dude, this movie is huge. And
This
it's
movie
gonna
is
be huge.
huge.
And y'all should all watch it. And I appreciate everyone for watching this. And
It's
then
in cinema.
I'll appreciate everyone for watching the Super Mario Galaxy Brothers movies and joining us next week. Okay. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
So go to the lobby.
So, since Kane, you completely made
Yeah.
up this segment, just like
Okay.
in the moment you have
Yeah,
to
so
introduce
I
it.
found out at the end of the podcast that you just listened to, you were like, wait, they didn't really decide how they're gonna know what movie to watch. I came up with it, guys. We're gonna spin a wheel at the end of every week. That's gonna be what the second movie we watch is, because we're always gonna watch something that's out in theaters, and then we're gonna watch something else. And so we're watching the Super Mario Brothers Galaxy movie.
Some are
And-
calling it the greatest movie of all
Some are
time. I haven't
calling it
seen
the
it
greatest movie of all
Some.
time. I have seen it, and I fell asleep already. That's another. I'll finish that story next week. But
yet. He's gonna see.
I
He'll see it
haven't
more.
Seen it still. I'll see it more. I'll see more of it. I've
I've
definitely seen the
seen
first part. I can tell you right now, the first scene is knock dead gorgeous. And you'll fall asleep. But this is a list of. It's actually a wheel of video game movies. As you guys can see, and
A
we're gonna spin
wheel.
it, a wheel, and whatever
are
it
you
lands on. It'll land, it'll spin, and it'll land, and whatever it lands on is the movie we will watch.
And we've picked
And
some
we'll
of the best
review it.
movies.
Show. Not
And
that
so
I want you
we're-
to
and-
edit much of this, but could you throw in the children's show? Oh.
Oh, yeah. See, y'all get it now. So what we're gonna have is we're gonna have show spin.
We get one
or-
spin.
hold
One
on,
spin
hold on.
only.
Oh yeah, one spin only. You guys know the rules. One spin only. Whatever lands on is what it is.
Unless we really don't like it, then we can spin it again.
Oh fuck! I did it wrong.
Yeah,
All right, when y'all
This
are
is
ready.
harder to spin. With me. Spin.
Yeah.
No. Will.
Wheel. Oh fuck! It goes
It
up.
goes the other way.
I went the other way. I went the other way. Uh-oh. Ding, ding, ding.
No. Both of these are so bad.
Silent Hill. Oh, we will watch.
Maybe
Great.
this is
We will
better
be
than we
watching
remember.
2006 Silent Hill. I've actually never seen this movie.
Oh
Ooh.
gosh.
I'm excited to
have.
watch. Okay, you have. It's Christoph. I believe it's the guy, the same director who did the most recent one. Correct? That everyone hated. Yes, it is. So
Gosh, we'll have to talk about that then.
we'll have to talk about that too. I'm
right.
excited. Silent Hill. It's also a game I've tried to play but fall asleep playing. I fall asleep
But
watching a
that's
lot
not
of stuff and
necessarily.
playing stuff.
That doesn't necessarily mean it's a bad thing. That just means you.
No.
Yeah,
No, I'm
you're just
asking
like
y'all to
working.
watch two things basically that I've actively fallen asleep while watching for this podcast.
Yeah,
but I
stay tuned for
swear,
super high quality content.
You're the
but I
worst
swear
guy.
it's gonna be good. So y'all can watch Silent Hill with us after you watch the Super Mario Brothers Galaxy movies, and you're like, man, I want to change of pace. I don't want to watch something scary. Silent Hill, probably won't be that. We're spinning the wheel again. I don't know why,
Let's see
because
what it could have
hopefully.
been.
Let's see what it could have
It
been.
could have been Monster
Oh, we
Hunter.
could have watched Monster Hunter.
But we won't. Yeah,
we
all
won't.
of these are not
But we
good. To be
won't.
honest.
All of them are not good.
Come on.
I'm trying to
Yeah.
think. Yeah, that might even be the best movie on here.
So this concept we'll keep, and if it works, it works, and if it doesn't, we're not
And
gonna.
maybe
never
even
see
we'll have
this.
some.
We'll
Maybe
never
we'll
see
even
this
have some
again.
good movies on here at some point.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a good idea. Dang it, Austin! You should have
We
said
should
that
have done
before
that. We should have
made the
done that
wheel.
before we all agreed
You
and spent
motherfucker.
2 hours
Okay.
deliberating on
Yeah,
what
yeah,
movies
yeah.
to put on.
We put
All
more
right.
time into
Well-
this wheel than we did the show.
That's true. I don't want to waste any more
Yeah.
time, guys. I'm gonna go watch Silent Hill right now, but I'm gonna watch it with the
So
lights
great.
on. That's
Yeah,
also
yeah,
a
yeah.
rule. You can do that.
We only watch movies with lights on. That's a rule.
Well, it's not a rule. No. It's like you can't.
How do we do it in theaters?
All
You
right.
have to turn the lights on for my
Leave.
podcast.
Get out. Bye, guys. Thank you. This is the very end of the podcast. Remember, you've already said goodbye.
This
So
is,
fuck
yeah,
you.
this is the official
I'm
end.
not saying goodbye again.
This is double. You're
Yeah,
right.
let's
We're
think
not
twice.
saying goodbye again.
Yeah. No,
Let's
it's
just
Irish
do a
goodbye.
whole
End the
nother
fucking video.
podcast right
End the
here.
fucking video.
I'll go to the lobby.
Okay, I had a 3:35 showing to go see it again today.
See what?
Project Hail Mary again.
Oh,
'cause it
did
was
you
so
take
good.
a break from your job?
I didn't. My job is seeing 4 movies a week. And I don't even go to work anymore. I just clock in. I clocked in and went to go see Project Hail Mary.
Every day he's mid movie. He
That's
does
where I
text
am.
us and be like, "I hate my fucking job. I hate my life."
I hate my job. I
crazy.
hate my life. But then I did hate my job and I did hate my life today because I went to go see Project Hail Mary at 3:35 at the AMC 13. The
Okay.
worst fucking AMC. Dude. I hate that one.
worst
I don't know why
one.
people go to that one. The movie's supposed to start at 3:35. The trailer doesn't start. The trailers don't start until 3:45.
No, and why should it?
One trailer starts. It stops halfway. It goes black. We're all just sitting around like, oh, okay. That
Did you
it just
watch
like
it on
stopped.
film or something?
I
What
don't
do
know
you mean
what
it
happened.
stopped?
And then like 8 minutes go by and then it starts again. And it's the same trailer. And I'm like, oh, okay, it's starting again. And then it's the same spot. It stops and everything goes black. And then we're in there for like 10 more minutes. It's like 4:10 now. The movie's supposed to start at 3:35. I'm sitting in there looking around. This one dude gets up. He says, I'm getting up to talk about it. And he like got up.
What?
And he like got up and went to the dudes at the play.
Thanks, Dad.
Stand. Yeah, literally, what's up, Dad?
Wait,
And
what
he
do
was
you?
like,
That's not true, right?
Yes,
what
and
I
he
mean?
came
Like,
back
you're not-
in.
You're just
And he
lying,
came back in.
surely.
and was like, yeah, I told the people because I was on my way out. I was like, you know what? I can't wait for another fucking, because I know how it works. They're obligated to start all the fucking trailers again. So there's like a whole 35-minute pre-roll that I had to get through. And I'm already 40 minutes late to this movie that hasn't started. You know, like I'd be in the movie right now. literally. And so the guy comes back and he's like, yeah, I talked to the guys, and I start like walking out, and he's like, oh no, I told them though, like they're gonna restart it. I was like, yeah, okay, dude, I'm gonna go do something else.
This
And I like
sucks.
walked out, and I was like, I'm fucking leaving. This fucking sucks. And so I left, and I don't even know if the movie started or not. So I never got to see it a second time.
So you didn't see it today.
I was about to see if your impressions were different, but you wouldn't even know.
No, you wouldn't even know, yeah.
His impressions were very different.
We need that man on the show. Did you get his name? We need him on the
Dude,
show.
I didn't. I'm glad he went and did that because I'm glad someone had to go do it. But I don't know, man. We waited too long. Honestly, we all waited too long. It was all of our fault. We were all sitting there. We're all in the darkness. Like 20 minutes of darkness time of sitting from when the movie should have started. Before
You know
even
they're
went
sitting
in.
up there like, how long do you think we can get
Because
him
they,
to wait?
the problem is they fucking psyched you out because they started the trailer and it stopped, and then they started again because I was like, oh, they know there's an issue and they're restarting the trailer.
They didn't go to the DVD menu and go
That's
to
the problem
chapter
is I don't
selection.
know how the projections work. Like I really don't know how they work. I don't know if there's some dude up there that's like watching it the whole time, or if they're just like set on the computer and no one goes up there. You know, like I
I
have no idea how
imagine
that
it's
stuff
pretty
works.
automatic these days. I can't imagine there's a
That's what I
guy
would
out
think
there.
too. So
I did
whatever they
see,
had going
I
on.
saw a theater in Russia like 2 or 3 years ago. I saw a clip of it's like the movie's about to start. They did all the trailers, and then a guy is like looking up his torrent and pulls it up, and then the movie
That's so
starts.
sick.